When you reach the Forbidden Planet, you explore all the wonders of a vanished civilization.
You are now in forbidden space.
Shh! Those words are forbidden!
Welcome to Forbidden Planet. I'm Blake.
And I'm Kristen.
And we are back from a little bit of a hiatus, but
yeah.
Episode 28.
Oh my.
Isn't that kind of crazy?
It is
We're
pretty
two
crazy.
away from 30.
We'll have to throw a party.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, we do have kind of an event, a guest event coming up on Friday
right.
of this week, which to the internet means nothing. In a few days, we're going to have return guest Brian Stubbs,
Woo.
artist extraordinaire.
Who is doing fantastic.
Yeah, getting published and such. Getting big in the biz, yo.
Yep.
Comic book biz.
He sure is.
But tentatively have scheduled another gentleman from the Front Range Community College.
Yeah.
Very hip to the, nerd community.
And I know really nothing about this person.
No.
But
I've had some very nerdy arguments with him, so he knows his shit.
yeah,
So yeah.
that's cool.
But yeah, we are episode 28, and we just hit 91 likes on our Facebook page.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, and I know for a fact that I don't know 91 people.
Right.
So that's pretty exciting.
It is pretty exciting.
Yep, we're gaining some steam.
It's all you too. I mean, my posts maybe go every once in a while, but
Yeah.
you're really good at it, and I love that page.
Well, you just don't have as much free time, and mostly the stuff that is just, I try and comment on everything, but it's mostly just like reposts from
Yeah.
other things that
Yeah.
and I'm thinking to myself sometimes when I repost this stuff, well, what if all the others have liked all these pages already?
Right.
There's just like showing
gotta
it
separate.
again. But you know what? There's so many pages. And there's a lot of pages that I've, wanted to read certain things off of, but, they post too much or I don't like it. And so it's kind of nice to have
Whatever.
a distilled,
Well, and another
yeah.
thing that I like about what you do is so many of those pages out there just post stuff. They just post it. And typically I would say less is more, but in this situation I really like the opinions that you give on things and the commentary that you do. It's good to see somebody post something and actually have an opinion on what they're posting. I like it. You're smart.
I mean, very
love it.
rarely do I post something that I'm not, like, when I see it and I go, that's awesome, I have to put it up.
Right.
That's, that, I don't just look at something, very rarely do I look at something and go, I'll put it up there.
Right.
It's usually if it's, like, super, like, I haven't posted anything about Star Wars.
Yeah.
Mostly because, I like Star Wars, but I don't love Star Wars, and you know what? They're getting it from everywhere else.
Right.
When all the big news hits, I try and post the stuff that I know is like either hasn't been out there as much or whatever. Like the Avengers trailer, that posted today is slight tweaks. It's a little bit longer. It's essentially the same trailer with some stuff thrown in there for us like spoiler junkies. And then like I don't know, a couple hours later, like I put it up just because I was like, oh wow, this is cool. And I don't remember where I originally got it. But then a couple hours later, everywhere was posting it, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I guess that was something. It was pretty cool. So yeah, I don't know. It's just my my internet musings regurgitated.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Brian is now a mod on the page.
Yeah,
So along
yeah.
with you and I, he doesn't have the power to edit per se, but he can post things, and he has done a couple of them.
Has he?
Here and there. But like you, he has a life, and yeah.
Yeah.
The store and the site, that's pretty much my life.
It has
now,
to be.
So
I'm
okay
think it's
with
great.
that.
Our life is
I
finally
like
to
doing
a
it.
point where you can focus on that, and I'm really proud of it and happy for you. And us. I am. Lots of things have happened. I don't know if we did ever talk about Doctor Who on our last podcast.
We definitely haven't talked about it since the season finale, which we just
Right.
saw. Like,
Right.
Peter Capaldi's season, it's weird that it's gone.
They're always like that, though.
It's so quick. This season in particular just seemed like it went so quick, and I don't know. It was weird because they hinted at the end game, but really there was no super duper lead up to it, was there?
This season, I have to say, I love, and I've said this before, I do love Peter Capaldi. His acting style, his personality, he was really made to play this Doctor.
He really was.
Truly was.
It makes me wonder sometimes, they brought Peter Capaldi in and honestly, he inhabits the character so much. Did they write the dang season? The whole thing? This Doctor, did they create it for one particular person?
I don't know.
I could not imagine an audition for that at all.
Yeah.
It's just Peter Capaldi.
I still have yet to understand what the first episode was all about, but I think a lot of people don't truly understand it. Because it was so different. I mean, the campiness and the... Yeah. It was so different.
Well,
so
I don't know.
Weird.
It seemed like sometimes they had trouble balance because, obviously the Doctor himself, though he's very funny, he's very dark. Yeah. He's very serious. And even his humor is pretty dark, which is great, but at the same time, it's it's this family show. How do they balance?
Well,
so
and
they had trouble with that.
Because I finally realized it in this last episode when he says, "I'm not a good person. I'm not a bad person. I'm just helping out, traveling through time and space." And I love, and it totally made it clear for me, we went on this journey with him through this season. He didn't know who he was. It was confusing, and so was the season.
It's almost like he didn't finish
he
regenerating until the last episode.
Exactly. And I loved it. It was it gave me goosebumps when he said that, because it's every episode that we have watched, they might not have been the best episodes we've ever seen in Doctor Who, but we got to know the Doctor as he was getting to know himself. Yeah. And just the beauty of this series and this show is incredible, and it can teach you so much about life.
It does. It's so, and it's you watch it, and even if I can't imagine people who are watching it aren't agreeing with what's happening, and it's even the most dirtbag will watch Doctor Who and be a good person, at least in spirit for that moment, because they're that's awesome. Yeah, I personally cannot wait to see the Doctor, Peter Capaldi's Doctor, without Clara. Right. Can you, they're just going to take the reins off because she is the one thing that dragged him back.
She really bugged me this season because, what it did was bring out her selfishness in the whole thing.
It's what happens when the Doctor is attached to someone who's not
all
as
of the
good,
ultimatums, the bossy behavior, that's not what a companion is supposed to be, and it's probably just weeding her out.
The power went to her
head. Or to be another character. They might put her somewhere else in the series, but I can't see her being a companion for much longer because it's almost like she feels like she's better than the Doctor.
Yeah, she does. Point. And continuously, continuously she'll pretend or call herself the Doctor. Right. And to whatever means, she still does it thinking that, as if, it's
so you know how I mentioned that she went in the future and saw her son, basically, or her grandson or whoever, and I was like, that's why Pink can't be dead, because she saw them in the future, and you said, well, that timeline's non-existent. But what if she's pregnant with Pink's baby right now?
He is dead.
I know he's dead.
Yeah, he sent back the boy in the end instead of coming back.
Right, but in the future, when in the episode of the moon, she saw her.
She saw his ancestor, or
their ancestor, because he said that she looked like his grandmother or great grandmother or whoever.
It's true.
She's probably pregnant right now with Pink's baby, is what I'm guessing.
I wonder if they'll hint to that on the Christmas special, because she's supposed to be in it for a minute or however long.
So is she not being the companion anymore after the Christmas special? Good. Yeah. Do we know who the new companion is?
They've had mumblings. You told me for a little while that it was
the chick from
the chick from Game of Thrones. You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Is it Rose or Ruth or something like that?
Oh, I can't remember. IMDb that shit, yo. But I don't know, honestly. I don't know. I don't think that they would go with another spunky redhead. Honestly, that's kind of they just had Amy Pond, and so they need to go another direction. But I don't know. Nobody will ever be as good as Amy Pond. She was adorbs.
She is by far.
Plus,
I liked Clara better than Amy Pond for a little bit, but I truly have come to realize that Amy Pond is like
Clara had
she
her
can't
moments.
be touched.
The problem, I hope that they do not focus so much on the companion. I mean, I get it. The Doctor, like, it's hard to when he's kind of a mystery. More, I mean, they've filled in large portions of his mythology
right
now, but he's supposed to have been like this mysterious figure, and I get why he can't be the central thing, but it always revolves around the damn companion. Like, ever since even with Rose.
And isn't it funny throughout this season, too? It's almost like he was trying to find a new companion.
Yeah, he
like
kept
the
on
engineer guy and stuff,
yeah.
and they're like, no.
The engineer guy, I still want to see, dang it. I want
he
him
is
to
awesome. He would be a
mechanic
really
for the
good
TARDIS.
He would be great. He really would.
Getting off of Doctor Who, but kind of staying with TV has been pretty consistently great lately.
It really has.
I was listing just a few of them. I think these are the main ones, anyways, that I follow. Is Doctor Who. I follow Arrow, which is just getting great. The last episode,
and I will start watching that
really good.
because I really enjoy Flash a lot.
Yeah, and it'll there's another crossover event coming. In fact, between Arrow and the Flash. Flash, yeah, like you mentioned, was really great. I watch Person of Interest.
Yes,
it is the most consistently awesome show on TV, bar none.
Right.
And it's getting batshit crazy and it's just weird. It's like the best science fiction story ever. And it's got no sign of slowing down.
What did I see? Okay, so the chick that was on Flash and is a recurring character in Arrow, the blonde chick.
Felicity Smoke, yeah.
She's supposed to be a major character in something coming up. I just read that, and what was it?
The actual actress?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
She is going...
I know they just cast Harley Quinn.
That's who it is, right?
No.
Isn't she supposed to be Harley Quinn?
No, it's the blonde Leonardo DiCaprio's wife from Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay, then that was
And she's
wrong.
been in a few other things.
I thought she was going to be Harley Quinn.
But yeah, that's pretty big news too. They're actually casting for Suicide Squad, which
that's beautiful. I can't wait for that movie.
It's a movie. Yeah, I mean,
it's just a bunch of villains.
Dirty Dozen with villains.
Yeah.
So it's like they're all being and you know what they just released not too long ago? The Batman Arkham Asylum animated movie. Mm-hmm. I watched it with the kids, and it was essentially that. It was a Suicide Squatter sent in because Arkham Asylum is taken over, and it worked really well. And like after watching that, I was like, okay, I totally see how they can make a movie.
Yeah,
and they're going to tie it into the greater whatever DC is making their universe. Yeah.
So I found out. So we all know the Lego movies and stuff, but remember the Playmobiles?
Yeah.
That's turning into a movie. It's going to be a French film.
That's so weird.
Yeah. $80 million budget. 3 companies put their money together. On Entertainment, who is a combination of Sumash and Onyx. Sumash did actually the Iron Man TV series and Peter Pan TV series.
The originals or like the more recent ones?
I think it's probably the more recent ones.
Okay.
And then Onyx did Kung Fu Panda TV series.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's their animation's pretty decent.
Mm-hmm. Wild Bunch, it's a distribution company for movies. They did The Artist, The King's Speech, Vicky Cristina Barcelona, lots of independent stuff.
So it's actually going into good hands.
Mm-hmm. And then Pathé, who we always see on movies.
They make all the animated
Mr. Nobody,
things from
James and the Giant. They actually did Mr. Nobody.
They did
James and the Giant Peach,
Kara,
Chicken Run.
Fuck, what was
Chicken
that movie?
Run. The Bling Ring they did.
That's random.
Yeah,
that was a good movie, actually. A movie about the little bitches who stole things.
Yeah. Kind of a take on, what was that, the Lindsay Lohan situation or whatever?
It was actually that. No.
Oh, no. It was based on a true story, right.
Where they would actually go around and steal, and it was famous for robbing Paris Hilton.
Yeah. So it's going to be really cute, and it'll have that really cute animation that the French are fantastic at doing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's cute. It's a cute idea.
Yeah, there's a whole slew of... Did you know that there's more than just a couple Lego movies coming in the next, 2 years?
It's not surprising.
They're making an actual Lego Batman movie.
I heard that.
Which they released a DVD one. The Lego Movie 2, which is separate, which I did not know, which is good because I liked that movie. And then they're making an actual big screen version of Ninjago.
Yeah.
Which, take it or leave it, but it's like, geez, man. You get one success and now you're like...
Talk about a show that was created specifically to sell a toy.
Right? Well, yeah. Yeah, that's absolutely like... Yeah. There's no nostalgia there. They're just like, we're bringing out toys and a cartoon.
But they are doing Big Bang Theory's getting their own Lego set.
Oh, yeah. Lego's they're doing
and
all
Doctor
the
Who.
And Doctor Who.
Definitely. Oh, my God, yes.
The Lego Batman animated series Batmobile that I've been trying to shill is still sitting like half voted on. Bastards.
What were you saying before?
I was saying, shoot. What was I saying?
Toys being made
when I was younger, and I would watch a cartoon, and I want to get the toy or whatever, and then I get the toy, and it's just like this shitty version of it, right? Yeah. But at least when you go buy the toy from the Lego cartoon, it's exactly the same fucking thing.
Totally. There's not much room to fuck it up.
Like, they literally just fucking pump it into another computer after they animated it and go, like, make this with their robot-controlled super center in Sweden.
Yeah, but there were a lot of toys. I mean, especially, like, we were looking at that list for the 90s toys and stuff. Mm-hmm. Dude, there were some badass toys in the 90s that you just really don't see anymore.
Come on, Exo Squad. It was the whole cartoon was centered around, like, humans being racist. It was a whole show centered around racism.
Huh.
Like,
interesting.
Yeah, and showing that you should love your fellow, being, no matter what
I'm all
color,
for that.
whatever they are. Yeah. And they also happen to fly around in giant badass exosuits.
That's awesome.
Yeah, with, like, rockets. Like, there's no need for that kind of weaponry when you're wearing an exosuit that's thin as paper. But anyways.
Yeah, I don't think... Oh, I guess because we were reading the My Little Pony is not as innocent as some might think.
It's super dark.
It was funny. I commented on
this
one of
down
these
here in particular. Hang on. I liked the not only are they immaculately conceived, but
that it was satanic.
It's pretty satanic. It says this is off of io9.com, just a source, but the first My Little Pony TV special was titled Return to Midnight Castle and featured the ponies trying to rescue their friends from Tyrek, who is basically Satan as a centaur. Tyrek sends his monsters, led by Scorpan, a bat-winged, alligator-faced monkey man, that's terrifying, to capture and enslave ponies so they can pool his chariot of midnight. He also turns the ponies into dragons. This is literally the most metal thing I've ever heard of. That's the writer. But it's true. It's fucking metal.
It sounds like most of its episodes were based on Man of War album covers. Villains for the series include Erebus the Cloud Demon, Lavin the Lava Demon, Tyrek the aforementioned Centaur Demon, and Grogar, who isn't just a ram demon, but a ram demon necromancer. The original My Little Pony cartoon featured a fucking ram demon necromancer. That's insane.
That is so badass.
Yeah. God, what was it about that show? I don't know if it was intentionally started to sell a product. It does say that it was started out as like a bigger, dumb-looking fucking pony. Yeah, but then they made them smaller. Hasbro took over, made them smaller, and put smelly butts on them.
I guarantee that's what happened.
Awesome.
It was some corporate takeover where they took their properties and they assessed what they had and fucking rebranded. That's what they do with the video games all the time.
Yeah. Oh, it started with Hasbro, their Romper Room line, and then it moved to Hasbro Proper, whatever that fucking means, and released as MLP then. So, yeah, and then the cartoons were awesome, and then they'd be like, 10 minutes or something, and then it would switch over. And they're talking about how all these cartoons were made for the toys, just to sell the toys. Yeah,
made to sell the toys.
But the Glow Friends...
Transformers and all that before.
The Glowworm was the best nightlight I ever had in my life. I never saw
a Glowworm cartoon. Did you?
I did, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How could they make that into a cartoon? Like, what did it do? Like, roll around and glow?
Let's see if we can find it.
Or did it float around all creepy and telepathic-like? You know what's funny about My Little Pony is that before it was created to sell toys, and it's always been around, well, the Friendship is Magic series kind of exists on its own. Like, yes, they've marketed it the hell out of it now that it's popular.
Yeah.
But like it started out as just the cartoon and blew up, and because they put actual soul into it.
Yeah. So this is the Glow Friends.
Oh God. Oh, there's Friends. That's how they make it. That's how they do it. It's like Garfield.
They like bounce on their butts.
How do we fill a half-hour TV show? Throw in Friends.
Heck yeah, dude. Nothing beats 1990s cartoons. Nothing does. They had the best intro songs and the most awesome concepts. And they were dark concepts. They would scare you. Yeah. Adventures of the Gummy Bears. Dark show, you know? I mean, yeah. It's awesome.
To those of you on the internet or who are listening to this and for whatever reason you don't know what YouTube is, you didn't need to see that. It looked exactly like it sounded.
The Muppet Babies.
Muppet Babies were the shit. Yes, I'm sorry. But there was nothing better than Muppet Babies. They were freaking great.
I still remember the feeling I would get when I would start watching that show. And I don't know what kind of feeling it is, but it was just that happy, like, yeah, I get to see Muppet Babies. I don't know. It was great. Saturday morning
show. It's the same rush I got when I for Batman the Animated Series. Whenever I was going to watch the show, it was always a great thing. And did you know that show used to air at night?
Which one?
It aired in prime time, Batman the Animated Series, for a few episodes.
That was such a great... Because it was adult in nature, really. Yeah. It was like a Cartoon Network, what they, you know, like...
It was freaking amazing. Like, I had forgotten about that, but I totally remember scheduling, like, you know, hearing about it or whatever, and the TV was mine that night, like... And who didn't want to watch that?
Did you see how they're made? My Little Ponies breed like rabbits taking fertility treatments, which we know because 10 of the original MLP characters had babies who they invariably named after themselves, either out of vanity or lack of imagination. Thus, the child of Lickety Split would be named Baby Lickety Split. This means that even as an adult horse, she would still be named Baby Lickety Split, unless there's some kind of ritual where Baby Lickety Split kills her mother in order to formally pass into adulthood. And they are immaculately conceived.
That's awesome.
Yep.
All right. This isn't going to be a very smooth segue.
There was a Prince pony.
But I need to go... Yeah, that's ridiculous. Like, actually Prince. Not a Prince. The Prince. Like the symbol. Awesome. Artist formerly known as and then reknown as Prince. Anyways, I have to go on a little rant here. Okay. Get on my soapbox. So I'm a pretty avid video gamer. And I take it upon myself to be very informed when it comes to video games. And so I watch games, and so it takes a little bit to get me hyped about a video game. Like, I will go, oh my god, that looks amazing, and then taper off or whatever, but as it gets closer to actually releasing...
Yes.
And, like, if I'm hyped about something, it's usually for pretty good reasons. Like, I've done my research.
Okay.
This year has just, like... It's shaken the very foundations of my gaming faith because I keep getting super hyped for things and then, like, at the very last second getting just deflated.
Yeah.
So, case in point, I love Ubisoft, or Ubisoft, however you want to pronounce the French company's name. Mm-hmm. They're an amazing company. They generally put out just quality products, in my opinion. I think they could put out one or two more Prince of Persias every now and again than they do. Mm-hmm. I don't know why they don't, but that game's amazing. So two of my, like, actually not even two. So I have my games for the holiday season pretty much mapped out. With the exception of Wolfenstein and Shadows of Mordor, I plan months in advance for my game purchases. Destiny, like I knew I was going to buy that like a year before. I was jazzed for it.
Not been that disappointing.
Now the other two games that I had in my list for the holiday, I was only going to buy 3 real major releases. It was Destiny, Alien Isolation, and The Crew.
Okay.
Those were my games. Well, Destiny came out. It's great. I had a little reluctancy of picking it up lately just because I played it so much. I haven't been
playing it either.
And you haven't been playing it? But it pretty much lived up to my expectations.
And I'm excited to get back into it again. It's not
especially December 9th, the DLC drops, which is great because I have the season pass, and you have to buy it.
I hope they do a lot of those things. But anyway,
so Alien Isolation came up. It came up to purchase that.
I remember that. You were pumped about it.
Before that, I kind of randomly bought Shadows of Mordor.
And Wolfenstein. You randomly
that was a
bought
while
Wolfenstein.
ago, though.
Okay.
That game was good.
You did end up. You were adamant against Shadows of Mordor.
I was very adamant against it, and then for whatever reason, I got sold on it. I went and bought it. It's a fun game.
Yeah.
And for the very same reasons why I was against it, or not against it, but I didn't want it.
Right.
The same reasons I thought that I wouldn't want it, that's the reason why. I'm not super into the fantasy realm. I'm not super familiar with Lord of the Rings outside the movies.
Right.
But you didn't have to be, but it helped. The graphics look kind of samey to me. Whatever reasons.
Right.
Alien Infestation was supposed to be my big game. Right. Came out, the reviews were a little shaky, and then I watched some of it, and then I realized that once I beat it, essentially, after I got super frustrated and finally beat it, because it's supposed to be ridiculously hard, or annoying anyways, then I'd never pick it up again.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. I shifted my money to Assassin's Creed.
Right.
Ubisoft, not going to let me down. I got Assassin's Creed, I got The Crew coming up.
Right.
So I end up playing the Crew beta, which I played a little bit on PC, but not on a controller or anything. Didn't get too into it. I played it on the PS4. Beautiful game. It just like everything is there that should make a great arcadey fun racing game.
It's a pretty game.
Oh my god, the AI is just awful. It just gets hampered down by all these little things, and the fact that some missions are nigh impossible. There are people out there I know that can beat them.
Right.
Me? Every single mission has a first place thing.
I actually had this question for you when you were saying that. Because I know that you can travel throughout the country and, there's different missions based on where you're at. But I'm wondering, are the missions hardness based on where you go? Like, do you have to continually follow that line throughout the country in order?
In the beta, yes, that is how it was set up. Like when I was actually surprised that you could go outside of the region that you're in the beta. Like I thought that you would reach and be like, oh, this isn't available in this version or whatever. Buy the complete one or whatever. But you could literally drive from one end of the country. You could go everywhere in the game, which was cool. But whether it be all of the stuff was tied to your level, and so some of them were like level 15 or 20 missions. That was everything outside of the region. It was basically a level that it was super high, so I couldn't do anything but go there. So I couldn't. So that's how it is. It does get more progressively harder. But I was on like the 4th and 5th missions.
Yeah, and they were still super duper
and it
hard.
Was like throw my controller through the window and scream difficult. I put one video of it up on my Facebook page, and because you could literally see the cops who are chasing you. The goal is to outrun them. Yes,
right.
But they're on like 2 stars, right? Out of like what was it, 5 or something like that?
Yeah.
And I couldn't. They were just ramming me, and you could see them just bounce forward. Not because they, could actually go that fast, but because the game needed them to be right there.
Do you think
and
they could do anything
like the
to like
Matrix
earn your
agents.
business back again? Like
what
would they have to do to earn your business back again on it?
On the crew?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I've already kind of decided that I need more than just racing anyways.
Yeah.
Like I could, if it was really great racing, I would have gotten it and enjoyed it, just like Burnout Paradise or something like that. Mm-hmm. But being that I have so many issues with it already, I need something more. Like Grand Theft Auto's driving, not great, but still the whole package works. You know, it's like the crew, the drive, like that's, I don't know. And I even considered it's the beta. You know, they're still tweaking, they're still fixing. You know, but as we've seen from the Destiny beta, not a whole lot changes between now and a month.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just was like, you know what, now.
Yeah, they're not going to reprise the whole game.
Then I got hyped all of a sudden because I think I was feeling like desperate. Like I needed to get at least something this season. And so I got all hyped up about Assassin's Creed.
Right.
And the game is interesting. It's fun to run across things, but it starts to lose it in the minutia. Like, too many times, the controls are. They're said that they simplified them, mm-hmm. But there's still the most complicated control scheme in the history of fucking video games, short of Jaguar, which had like 100 buttons, literally. But you need everything has 3 different functions depending on which button you're holding along with it. Every button has that. So you're talking the whole controller times 3.
Is it way more complicated than the previous Assassin's Creed?
It seems like it.
Yeah.
It seems like it's more, or maybe it just seems like maybe it's just because the controls work differently and I'm not used to it, or they're just really finicky.
Yeah.
Which I've considered too. I mean, it's gotten a lot of bad press online, and I haven't played it co-op yet because Josh doesn't have it yet. Hasn't come out in the UK. But that's supposed to be its best feature is co-op. And it just feels like I'm slightly let down.
Is that one we could play together with that sharing option on PS4?
No.
That's so
game sharing is only like if you can play it with multiple players on your TV, on one TV.
It can't be an online only.
Yeah, it can't be online only.
I gotcha.
And you can take over the game and play it for me, but we can't play simultaneously on single player games.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had more games to talk about. I just really haven't been playing them recently.
Well, you actually, I have it on the list. You recently beat a game.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Which game did I beat?
Home.
Yes, I did, and I've played it. I played it again.
Did you beat it that second time?
I don't know if there is beating it. Well,
did you finish it? Finish it, I should say.
I finished it, but it's so good. In fact, I want to play it again now. But
it actually says in the beginning to set away an hour and a half of your time and play it all the way through, right?
Yes. And I'm realizing that where you go and what ends up happening truly depends on the choices that you make.
That's awesome.
And there's rooms that you might not enter based on the choices that you make, and it's weird. And there's so many things. I don't know how many possibilities there are in this game, but I will certainly find out, because I love games where you have to like dig and like search for stuff. And
I've tried to like sit there and get into the mindset that is Kristen and figure out exactly what, or at least guess what games you're going to be into. That way I can kind of either nudge you towards them or get them or predict. But God, I can't figure you out. You're like so random. This one, $2.99 pixelated horror game.
Yeah, I love it. But it's like, okay, so I don't like games with a huge storyline because I like to get to the gameplay.
And see, that's another thing that comes against it.
But if it's a storyline that I can interact with, I'm totally cool with it.
And you're kind of, and that's the Walking Dead games and all those games right there. You can do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to check it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I have
You do.
A bunch of them all over the place.
Yeah.
But you have to plug in the dreaded PS3.
Haven't done that. Kids got it right now.
I even tried to play a PS3 game. I signed up for GameFly for a minute so I could try and fix Tron for PS3, which still hasn't worked. Anyways, I got Darksiders 2, which I've been jonesing so much to play. Like, I had actually contemplated buying it. I've looked at it in multiple places. Well, finally I got it in the mail, right? And I started playing it. I'm like, this is really cool.
Which game is it again?
Darksiders 2.
Okay.
But I don't want to play it on my PS3.
You want to play
and
it on
it sounds
PS4?
so stupid, and I want to play it on PS4, but it's like a great game.
Do they have it for PS4?
No.
Oh, well, jeez.
But yeah, so
Picky
I'm like,
and
so I stopped. I played like 3 or 4 hours of it, and then just stopped. And I just today sent it back because I don't want to play things on my PlayStation 3 anymore.
Psychology.
It's so stupid.
It's amazing.
No. I mean, I'm definitely a part of the problem. That's for sure. Because I always want the newest thing in a bobber.
The best and the newest.
Yeah.
Everybody's like that. So the Evil Dead TV series has been picked up by Starz.
Yes.
That's exciting.
I didn't know that it had actually been picked up.
It has been, and it's set to premiere in 2015. They haven't given a specific date, but it is bringing back
Bruce Campbell.
Well, hold on.
Wait.
Sam Raimi will be directing the first episode that he also co-wrote with his brother Ivan Raimi, who did Darkman, and Tom Spizzali.
And Ivan Raimi is always in his movies, too.
Yep. His producing partner, Rob Tapert, will also be producing the episode. And for the series Long Haul, our favorite Bruce Campbell will be reprising his character as Ash.
That's totally cool. Like, he'll be an older, I can't wait to see. And Sam Raimi, his Ghost House Pictures is made to be on TV, like with American Horror Story and stuff like that. Like, Sam Raimi's perfect for that to produce and whatever.
Yeah.
So that's freaking great. With the movie that came out, last year or the year before? Mm-hmm. And they were talking about making a sequel. Well, I think I'd rather watch a TV show, honestly.
The TV show will be great.
Like, imagine what their budget's going to be.
And it's on a cable television network, so it's going to be good. Kitty, go.
Cats on the keyboards.
Yeah, so that's really awesome. I bet Bruce is happy to have something to do. So
next year, I've got some stuff. Man, freaking that's coming out. And then my, the book series that it's my favorite books now. The Expanse novels.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing space operas coming next year, and they've got a ton of stuff.
Oh, 3001 is turning into a TV series. Space Odyssey.
Oh yeah, Arthur C. Clarke. Mm-hmm. That's freaking nuts. Yep. That's some hard sci-fi right there. That's great.
Well,
no, it's not even hard sci-fi. I wouldn't say that. I've read all of those books. I can honestly say, with some nerd cred, that I read 2001: A Space Odyssey. I read that twice actually. Once to my kids,
which is wow.
When they were babies, they didn't understand.
Yeah.
I read 2010. The year we make.
I was reading The Giving Tree like a fool.
I know, right? You could read anything to them. That's what they say. I read 2010. Then I read 2061, I think is what it was. Yeah, 2061, because it's like 60 years after 2001.
Right.
Which I found out on the internet when I was commenting. Not a lot of people know about that that entry in the book series. Mm-hmm. It was only like 200 pages. Yeah. It was kind of short. Super weird. And then 3001, which is the last book. It's the final Odyssey. But it was actually a really good book. It's again set so far in the future, though. It's kind of like, I don't know. They could do anything they wanted, and we could be like, okay, that's their future. So it'd be kind of interesting to see what they do.
True.
There's like space elevators and stuff that in the story, so it's really weird. In
other news, I have started smoking weed.
Yay!
I know.
You're in Colorado. That's not news?
It was a big thing for me. Okay.
Yeah.
I was pretty not into it for a while.
I had. Let's see. I have a bunch of stuff listed, and I'm gonna roll through them super quick, and I'll give my opinion. You give your opinion. Okay. There's just a bunch of stuff, and that's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
For this one, so movies.
Yes.
Just saw Big Hero 6.
Yes.
I liked it. It was a great origin story.
Very cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was adorable. Not what I thought it was going to be, but very cute nonetheless, and good message. Take your kids.
People, yeah, it was definitely a good message, and a lot of people afterwards, I heard on Facebook and stuff, didn't know it was a Marvel movie. Like, it's based off a Marvel property.
Well, they really didn't push it as a Marvel movie.
I guess because it's not connected.
Well, and it is an animated universe compared to the universe that they're creating.
Could you imagine if they made, like, animated movies and that quality of, like, other Marvel stuff? That'd be crazy.
Oh, and I'm sure they will continue to do it.
Like, alongside, just separate. Kind of like how DC does their animated
Disney's
stuff.
got the lockdown on this shit, man.
Yep, they have all the things.
They're sold to the devil on that in that company.
My one of my favorite movies of all time is District 9, and Neil Blomkamp. He directed that, and then Elysium, which other people don't like. I liked
Elysium.
it. I thought it was good. It didn't give me the feels like.
But it was
District
really
9
pretty,
did.
And it was a good the thought of it was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was very pretty.
Yeah.
He's coming out. He put out his new trailer for his next film, which I've been reading a lot about. And after seeing the trailer, it's nothing like I thought it was going to be. It was kind of touted as a buddy cop comedy.
Oh, it looks like so much more than that.
With a robot, as the buddy cop. Or
I can tell that movie's going to make me cry.
Oh my god, dude, the trailer just made me fucking well up.
Yeah,
that's crazy. And so I think that's definitely a good direction for him.
Hoy.
We saw the Babadook finally. Babadook.
Fuck that. I love that movie, and I will watch it again.
It was an Australian horror movie from an indie director, and we were reading about it forever.
Yeah.
Because it was in the festival.
It was good.
Oh, so good. So weird in the end, too. Like, it definitely was not your average horror movie.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked the ending a lot.
I just keep thinking about it. I want to watch it again.
We should, actually. And I want to pause it on that one.
We watch a lot of horror movies, and I'm gonna list off a few terrible ones, too.
I've got one that I want to mention.
Definitely, like, I haven't wanted to watch a horror movie, like, right away.
Yeah.
Since, ever, in a long time.
Yeah, I know, seriously. But another movie that we recently watched that totally took a turn that I didn't think that it was going to take was Stonehurst Asylum. And I don't think many people know about that movie. But wow, it's a great Halloween movie, first of all.
Yes.
But it's so twisted, and
it's weird. These movies,
and it turns out to be like an adorable fucking movie.
It's really great. Yeah, it
was so good.
And the way it's marketed,
Sir Ben Kingsley was in it.
Ben Kingsley. It had Kate Beckinsale.
It did.
Who Celine from Underworld. She's reason enough to watch it. It's really the only thing that she's in that's any good. And then what is his name? He's from. He's in a movie with Rachel Bilson. I know that much, but he was one of the main characters in Cloud Atlas, which is another like it gets a bad rap. Jim Sturgis. Yes, and there are a bunch of other.
Michael Caine was in it.
Yeah, Michael Caine.
Not
Brendan
even
Gleeson,
playing that big of a part.
Things. So I see a ton of people. Jason Fleming, ton of people from Harry Potter, basically.
Yes.
So they
lots of Brits.
Yeah. That was a great movie, though.
It was fantastic. Yeah. Such a good, unexpected movie.
The like twist that you expect happens early on,
right?
And then it goes off in another direction.
Yeah, it keeps on going, and
it
shows you the ending.
It's kind of like Detention when we watched that film.
Oh yeah.
Another. This is a good time actually. I have that was a good surprise. Another surprise awesomeness from Netflix. You can get it if you have Netflix. You can watch it now. It's a series called Darknet. And oh my god, I don't like. How does that show not more popular? Darknet is like.
Oh yeah, that's a fucked up show.
It's an amazing anthology show. Like every episode is something different, and usually it'll have one story and then these random events that are very tenuously connected to the main story throughout. And it's so good. It's a horror show, but it's also kind of it's just weird.
It is weird.
It's a weirdly good show.
Yeah.
So I would say our first to cap it. Our first surprise awesomeness was Detention, which we mentioned in a couple podcasts ago.
What was the one with the bear time traveler?
That's Detention.
That's Detention. Okay, that's a great movie. Yes,
great freaking movie. And then Stoner's Asylum and Darknet, man.
Yeah, and of course, Freak Show, American Horror Story.
Oh yes, American Horror Story. I have TV actually listed separately.
Okay, well we can. Oh,
yeah. Well, we were just talking about it.
Well, let's watch we did watch The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Remember that?
We did. That was kind of forgettable.
I was disappointed.
Yeah,
really.
I was expecting it to be way better. You know, it's not J.J. Abrams, but Ryan something. Sean Ryan, or what is the freaking? Oh gosh, internet to the internet.
It's because my brain can't think right now.
Don't go up.
Sorry.
Gosh, Roberto. Who fucking? It's the guy who did American Horror Story Freak Show. He created it.
Oh, okay.
Ryan. I can't remember his name for some reason, and the person operating IMDb sucks.
Hey, not fair.
A couple movie. I saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the new one, and
yes,
you know what?
I did not watch it.
You didn't watch it at all?
Well, I kind of did. I was kind of in and out.
Keep going down. I need to find out what this guy's name is. Go up. Nope. Ryan Murphy.
Okay,
is the name of he also did Nip Tuck and such. But the new Ninja Turtles movie, yes, produced by Michael Bay, but I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah.
There, I could sit there. The kids liked it. I could easily. Yeah, the kids enjoyed it. They sat still for a while, which is more than I can say about most any other thing. Mm-hmm. I could poke fun at it all day long. I could criticize it easily. But I just sat back and let it happen.
Yeah,
and it was
sometimes you just gotta let it happen.
Sometimes.
What's another horror?
Ouija, terrible.
Horrible. Horns?
Horns was very good.
Funny, quirky.
Yes,
very
I think
enjoyable.
we mentioned that on our last podcast, actually.
It's possible.
Daniel Radcliffe, he's doing pretty well. Annabelle was okay.
Meh.
Yeah, I have that on here too. I'm gonna go with some of the bad ones. Jezebel was awful.
Oh, that was so disappointing too.
It went off the rails
so
early
bad.
As well, and I just didn't care.
One that was panned by critics that I actually really liked though was A Good Marriage, Stephen King's movie.
Yeah, that was good.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't what I was expecting.
And it was different for him.
Yeah. Stephen King.
I love the concept, though.
I'm curious, was that a novel or a novella, or what was that? Like a short story?
I don't know. I really don't.
Yeah, I gotta see. Speaking of Stephen King, you went up to the Stanley Hotel for the first time, actually inside of it.
I've lived in Colorado for 30 years and have yet to go inside. Had something, whatever.
Yeah.
To go inside. But we did. We did it up, too.
Yeah.
We took the grand finale tour.
Pretty awesome. The room that's listed on, at least on the Wikipedia, I've not gone to the book, mind you, to check this, because we had a friend who corrected me, but then I went to Wikipedia.
He wrote the novel in 217, but I think that the room in the hotel on the movie was 237. I think that's where everybody was getting confused.
Well, the room doesn't exist. Or was it the 217?
237 does not exist.
Yeah, whichever one it was, it doesn't exist, which is really weird.
It was a novella, by the way, A Good Marriage.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was awesome.
We saw Lucy. Better than I was expecting.
That's another one of those where you just kind of have to sit back and let it happen.
It was fun.
Fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's a good word to describe it.
Into the Storm we watched. It's I know, found footage, but
it was
damn it,
crazy
it was a good one.
Yeah.
After watching VHS 2 or VHS 3, I should say, because I liked VHS 2.
Right.
VHS 3 and just like it put a sour taste in my mouth for the found footage genre again.
Yeah.
Which I had already just kind of started to wash out. But Into the Storm is a fantastic movie.
And you know what?
Super unrealistic, but fun.
If you were gonna watch a found footage movie that was actually realistic, it would be from a storm chaser.
Yeah.
They do that shit all the time.
They justify it super well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's crazy, too. Like, there were some moments in that movie that genuinely, like, I was like, whoa!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. It was great. Good adventure movie.
So
action.
Unless you have, our next podcast was supposed to be kind of interstellar focused, but I haven't seen it, and god damn it, there's a snow blizzard shitstorm outside, and I'm not driving the Boulder.
We haven't been able to go.
Our local movie theater was torn down to be replaced by a bigger, better movie theater in 2015. Maybe. It is a long month.
Yeah, no, I wanted to talk about shows.
Yes, and we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but American Horror Story Freak Show.
Yes,
which is coming to an end as well.
Yeah, that's going to be done soon. I like how the series is turning out, more than how it started. I was kind of disappointed in how it started. The
first season seemed like they took a very tired trope, and then they just kind of they threw some random weirdness in there, and then the second season it took a tired trope and went batshit insane. Yes. And they kind of haven't gone back because
it's true.
They give no fucks about what you expect is going to happen.
Yep.
They just go, and then this happens, and you go, wait, what, when, where, huh? And you're like, yeah, take it. And you're like, okay, I get it. And then they go, and then this happened. And you go, yeah.
It's great.
It's super weird, and I love it for that.
Exactly.
I love. There's certain things that I'll just watch. I watched Smallville just because I knew it was going to be guilty pleasure fucking video.
Wouldn't it be really awesome, if that show continued forever, season? It could turn into one of those and
then in the
Tales from the Crypt
7th season, they could have somebody who hasn't been back since the first season, which is really only the wife, and be like, oh my god, or even bring Bloodyface back or something. They could do it forever, and then it could be like Doctor Who.
Yep.
It could be.
They've already told us that all of the worlds are connected. The whole universe is interconnected somehow.
Ryan Murphy finally he confirmed that, right?
Mm-hmm. It's confirmed.
And they're just mixing and matching characters now, and they're whatever. Pepper came in, and yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome. I am all for TV that it changes it up. I want to see every season or Britain. The UK does this all the time. Okay. That's why they call it first series and second series or whatever. They still do the miniseries, like Grace Point, where it's one season, one story, bam, it's out. America, whenever we get things from them and adapt it into our own version, we always plan multiple seasons.
I know.
I want to watch one really good story happen.
What's the HBO show? True Detective.
True Detective.
That's doing that.
Yeah,
and
they're bringing it back.
Great.
Bring back the anthology series. I want to see a different thing happen every season. And you know what? It's easier on the filmmakers. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
It's exactly. Great.
It doesn't put so much pressure on.
Yeah. There any other TV shows in particular that you can call out?
Well, you mentioned Flash before, which I love.
Walking Dead is still going on.
Yes, Walking Dead is good.
Actually, we're only in
this last episode was fucking crazy.
Yeah. Oh wait, it wasn't the one in the hospital. It was
no, it was the one where they found out about the guy that was going to Washington that was supposed to save.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Well, no.
Well, not really.
I'm not even gonna spoil. Yeah, that show's just it's intense and it's
great.
Yeah, it's so great, and it's weird to see the characters develop over so long.
Yeah,
Rick. If you look at him from the first, he just has aged so much in that show.
He really has. He really has.
Oh man! And then, did you know that I didn't know Sci-Fi made their own zombie show? It's called it's called something Z. Like Z War or something. It's super generic. And Planet Z, I think, is what it's called. Okay. And I haven't watched an episode of it, but it's halfway through its season or whatever. Yeah. It's so weird. Zombies have 2 TV shows now.
Interesting.
Like they have their
their
asylum level like competitor sitting there.
Well, they certainly have plenty of movies.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
The trope is not tired.
There was another movie that I wanted to mention. One more thing to mention after that. Toy Story 4 is a go.
Yeah.
So that's good news. And
it's a whole new family now.
It is. It will be. It's just a whole new story. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a little girl.
Because toys never change. No. But dude, it's like living forever. Like one of those, would you want to live forever? Well, I don't know. Would I want to see the people I love die around me?
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
That's really fucked up.
Well, they explored that with the last one with the kids growing up. Essentially,
oh, man.
Like, that's essentially death, right?
Yeah.
Because they just go away.
Yeah.
And you get put in a box.
And you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That would be so fucked up.
So they kind of dealt with that, which is like nuts.
That is
I'm excited.
So
like,
crazy.
I love how those movies. I always thought the Toy Story movies in particular were kind of adult themed.
They really are.
Yeah.
They're great for kids, visually pleasing up the ass.
Visually, but then it's like kids don't really know about that one toy that they loved that they remember fondly in their late years later.
And it's like and the issues they touch on are great. And well, it's just like, okay, I told you about this earlier. What's his name? Sid, in episode 1, had to deal with realizing that all of his toys were alive, basically, after he had been mutilating them and torturing them and all those horrible things. So then it's like, okay, well, that's really fucked up for a kid to realize. Very dark. And then you see him, he makes a cameo in 3 where he's the garbage man. And then I read this awesome, actually, fan theory to where, Sid is really fucked up, and in order to make amends, he becomes a garbage man to save all of the toys that are being thrown away. Like, it just makes me want to cry. It's a great story.
And that's a great example of, like, a story being so good that you can have like fan fiction or whatever speculate about that, and it could be totally plausible.
True.
Because
it makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
And the fact that they even threw in that Easter egg in Toy Story 3 to make fans speculate. They're like, yep, see?
Yep.
And, somebody probably had to think about that.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
Hell, that could be right.
Yep.
It always made me kind of sad, like, when they had the fan theory where all the Pixar films are connected. Mm-hmm. And, like, they let it go for a little while. And then after a bit, I can't remember, maybe it was John Lasseter or something, he came out and he goes, that's a really awesome theory, but we never really planned on anything like that. So, but that's pretty great that they did that. So they kind of just they said no, it's not.
Yeah.
Instead of like,
yeah.
Maybe it is.
Maybe it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really exciting. And then other exciting news. This is science news.
Oh, yes. Tell me about Rosetta, because I know very little about it.
The European Space Agency has successfully landed on a comet.
That is nuts.
Unmanned spacecraft of sorts. It's called Comet 67P, and it has several surprising qualities. Apparently, it smells very bad. And it's because of a mixture of ammonia, hydrogen sulfide, formaldehyde, and methanol. And this was very interesting. It actually emits a mysterious song.
Oh, like
yes.
they actually put a recording device, like a microphone. Well, I guess they've got cameras and stuff on it, huh?
Right.
Now, set me straight on this. This was. We saw in Philip DeFranco, it's a 10-year mission, and so it launched in 2004?
Yes, it took, it's been traveling at 40,000 miles per hour.
That's insane.
For 10 years.
Whew. And it's just mind-boggling, like, they sent this out into space 10 years ago, and then everybody who said space exploration is dead and everything, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, they have these missions out there going, they just haven't gotten there, because space is so damn big. And they landed an object safely on another object traveling through space at or hundreds of thousands of miles an hour.
Yeah.
And they sent back the scent of the fucking place?
I don't even... Well, obviously...
And sounds? Like space sounds?
As far as the
That's
scent
nuts.
goes, they can send back, I'm sure, a reading of the gases that are in the air, therefore come to a conclusion on that. However, the song that it's emitting in the form of oscillations in the magnetic field in the Comets environment is being sung at 40 to 50 millihertz, which is far below human hearing. We typically only pick up sound between 20 hertz and 20 kilohertz. So this one's been increased by 10,000, which will play it. It's trippy, man. It's really pretty, too.
And this is sounds from the comet that we just landed on.
67p.
Oh, yeah, the volume is muted or whatever. I'm watching it on the screen that we're recording the podcast on. And it's a very strange. It's so low frequency compared to our
really
voices.
Cool.
Aliens, they're speaking to us. You know, they say that in the saying in space, no one can hear you scream because of the vacuum or whatever.
Right.
That's actually completely false.
Yes.
In space, no one can hear you scream because it's so deafeningly loud in space that you couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
So sound doesn't travel per se, but there's so much
shit
noise out there.
It like cancels each other out.
So that's pretty nuts. Space is not a quiet place apparently. Mm-hmm. So I mean, you've got so many gamma rays and whatever rays just traveling through, and radio waves. We send so much shit out there. Yeah, and I mean, granted, we wouldn't be able to hear most of it, but it was still there. Oh man.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Space is a wild place.
Space is a place.
That's why I want to see Interstellar.
Man.
Damn it. I've been avoiding... You know how much of the internet I have to avoid when a Christopher Nolan movie comes out and I can't see it?
Ooh, speaking of Christopher Nolan, him and his brother used to make stop-motion Star Wars films.
That's awesome.
And they still exist.
I didn't get access to a camera that could do that until, like, I was too old to do that. Or at least not as driven.
We used to do it with Arthur Toys. Yeah, just Arthur.
I did it with
aardvark
pictures a couple times, but it's like every time I'd have to go and develop the pictures, and then like it wouldn't be perfect. It sucked. Well, I think that is we're gonna wrap it up.
That's all we have for today, folks.
There's always more, so we gotta save some of
Friday too.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting. That'll be kind of a round table situation, I imagine.
Yes.
So yeah, alrighty. Well, until next time, you can visit our Facebook page at Forbidden Planet Comics and More MOAR on Facebook.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
You can access us our podcast on iTunes, YouTube, Spreaker, on fucking Facebook, and on Podomatic.
So many things, all the things.
So many things. Forbidden Planet Comics at gmail.com.